Okay guys, let's start with how we got in. There's like a little electrical box. This is a sideway. I believe there might be, I know, some structures down the back, but you're out of people's way. So we followed it down here and just basically got through a gap in the fence here. Easy enough. I'm big, old and decrepitated, so if I can do that, so can you guys. And this is what we're dealing with. This is the express boat formed by John Shortland in the early 1900s. Look at that staircase, just even to start. And this is what it's all about. This to me is more impressive than anything we're likely to see inside. The vine creepers, it's that Indiana Jones thing. You finally get it as you watch these videos, what we're all about when we're doing exploring. So you walk up, you do not know what's waiting in there. Obviously what we do, we may scout the area, look at other people's vlogs, and then you go into the hidden world of urbex. Good afternoon guys, this is the second vlog of today. We just had a successful vlog over at Sidewall Aerodrome, the old barracks there, RAF barracks that are falling into disrepair. We managed to have a look around here. We are now at the Express Boot Works. This is the old sports and social club that was the front of the boot works. The boot works itself collapsed in on itself after a fire in 2007, totally demolished in 2017. This is all remains. It has been sealed off around the front, but there is access at the back for guys like ourselves who are the adventurous type to go in and have a look. So let's go and have a look at this. Right guys, the first thing I can tell you as we walk through here, we're being as quiet as possible because we are near residential. There's a heck of a lot of broken glass on the floor and this distinctive smell of burning where there's been several people trying to light fires. So I don't need a torch here, but I'll keep it on anyway. There's a residential just out there on the other side of the road. This is something, these bits around here are called My Beats. I don't understand what they are. My Beat, that's the first thing I thought was Beats. Is it the headphones? And there are headphones with My Beat on, but I think this is more medical. I think this is more to do with heart rhythm, etc. Not 100% sure on the full outcome of it. This is obviously a toilet block which has seen better days. Obviously the gents, because you've got the vinyls there. But yeah, it's seen better times, should we say. The reason they have since people have been in here. Look at these old switches. It's a trait I've got whenever I go somewhere, is it, a switch, as long as it's not a power supply. See, look out there, that's residential right across the road directly looking at us. But where we are, this was called Express Boot. That's a facade. I'll explain to that in a minute. Where we are, it's called Express Boot. What it was, this wasn't a factory. The factory was adjacent to this at the back. Turn of the century. I think the name of the guy was John Shortland. He created a boot factory. We're in, obviously, the Northamptonshire area. This is Irthlingborough, and this is synonymous with actually Northampton itself. The guys called the Cobblers the football team because this is a industry of shoe and boot making, manufacturing the old Dr. Martens, etc. Kinky boots, and have one old fireplace there, very ornate. And this was the social club that was on the front of the building. This isn't the actual works. The works, I believe, it was, that's razor wire. That's proper nasty, that is. Back in 1982, I believe it was, everyone from the factory was made redundant, unfortunately. I think somewhere in the region of 400 people lost their jobs. And obviously the factory fell into disrepair. People got in, probably the same as here, as you can see looking round. people have come in, their just idea of fun is to arsonists basically make a fire, try and create hell. If you lived across the road, that must be bloody awful. Right, okay, a facade. Now, if any of you have ever been to the Milton Keynes Museum, you go through like a Victorian era. Watch yourself if you're in there, because that is obviously glass. Yeah, that's glass. And what a facade is, that would be where, I'll just turn around and show you, that would be like a replication of an old shop front, and you'd have probably boots lined up. It's a way of them promoting their wares of what they used to do. And yeah, it's pretty much something you don't see nowadays. I believe this is a ladies' toilet or shower room area. Yeah, certainly a flushing system, so this would have been a ladies'. Just don't understand what the interest is. People will understand our interest of where things become obsolete and derelict and the appeal of what it looks like, but to actually cause the damage, I don't understand that. But each to their own, I guess. No point in opening doorways because you can walk straight through. I believe there's a stairwell. I've got no interest in walking up that. Solid though, but it's not for me. Past me now, I'm 52 unfortunately, guys, so you won't be getting that from me. There's adventures of Paul over there. And we're out on a couple of urbexes together. So yeah, the factory becomes shut. I think it was 2007 there was a fire. In 2017 it was pretty much demolished at the back, leaving this being the social club, this area here. You imagine back in the day if you went to a youth club, etc., you probably would have got, although it says youth fabrics, tapes, etc., I would imagine that's afterwards. Someone's come in here to try and make a business of it after. Before then, this was probably someone gives you a bingo stamp to go and collect your clothing, etc. at the end of the day. Well, there are switches. Because I'm climbing over a door to get to turning switches. So, that would, like a dimmer switch, but a dimmer switch from the turn of the century. I believe this was in operation back in the mid 1900s, before everyone unfortunately lost their job in 82, and this is what we're left with. It's pretty much a shell. I believe, obviously, seeing that thing that says Beats, that means that someone tried to come in here and make a business, or they've just dumped their stuff here. Possibly other smaller failed businesses try to get in here also. And it's just left us guys, the urbexers. Again, I don't think anyone has been in here and actually vlogged like we have today, both myself and Adventures of Paul, for somewhere in the region of 2 years. And it's fenced, it's ring fenced around the front, and I can see what looks like building materials. I'll show you them briefly to the side at the front as well, which depicts that maybe something's about to happen with, let's have one of them switches, maybe I'm tearing this place down. I'll show you what I mean. A lot of like builders wear to the side, which would not normally, I believe, be there. I'll creep up so I'm not making too much. You have a look there, there's a pile of pallets and brickwork, etc. And there's your ring fencing going all the way around with the houses beyond them. But that's brilliant, that's what I love. This here, right here, is what I do this for. When you see nature taking over and the eerie, the creepiness of the creepers coming through the walls, the windows, etc. Only a few people understand it. There's a bike from yesteryear here as well. If you lost the bike in this area, I believe that might even have been an old BMX. But it's seen better days, that's for sure. And I said the distinctive smell of fire here is fire damaged. This would have been, obviously this wouldn't have been there if it was a sports social club for the old Express Boot Works. This looks like someone at a later date has tried to make a business of it again and moved into the premises. Quick brief look, there you go, as you expect, your stereotypical graffiti. It's kind of not a lot to see, but a lot to see. Some people understand what I mean in the terms of urbexers. Guys like ourselves, I don't go into properties. I'm not into rummaging through people's personal stuff where they maybe have passed on or fallen on hard times and gone. It's when it's like this and it's derelict and there's no means, no gain of anyone being in here and nature takes over. That's when I love it. Seeing the vine creepers take over really adds that aura of, I don't know, the adventure. You look at that, you just think evilness, spookiness, Indiana Jones explorerness, and there are several bits to it. I'm not going to get myself involved in getting hurt, etc. There's no point in that. As you can see up there, see what I mean about the ring fence? It's ring fenced off there. This is just more of a tip now around the side, but we managed to gain access. Obviously I understand why they want people not to come in here, because people have come in here and set fires. If you come in and do what we do not make so much of a nuisance of yourself. We're filming, we're in, we're out, we're home, and then we put it up online. That's what we do, either as an urbexer who takes photographs and explores, or as a vlogger like ourselves that come round and put it in a different vein, as in talking to you in moving pictures. Who are you? It's my land, get off. Adventures of Paul there. We're having a fantastic day as it is. So, a little bit of a stairwell down here. I certainly would not risk going up that ladder or that old stairwell, but I believe that there might be where the old signage is. Not 100% sure, certainly worth having a look. Somewhere around here there was a bit that said Express Boot Works. It's probably at the front, to be honest with you. You know, I'm not going to go too far back into that. How's your plumbing, guys? That is seriously old. Wow. The old pipe work. What is this? Why would it be? That's not it's kind of a fireplace, but it's not a fireplace. I'm not going to go too much into it. It looks like asbestos around it, but that had other purposes. Was it a furnace? Maybe something they had to heat glue or something, I don't know. Or maybe I had to cook something they put in there and took it out, but it's not obviously for a cooking or a heating thing. It had a purpose. Interesting. Got the sideway up here. More broken glass. I was actually clever today and put joggers on as opposed to shorts and ripping me legs to pieces like I've constantly done in recent times. See what I mean though? This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop you getting in. You just go around the back. That would have been a garage, I'd imagine. We will go up the front end, see what is around the front, because now it doesn't matter. We've done our film, we've done our vlog. Anything at the front of the building is bonus footage that comes together to produce the vlog before we're on our way again. There's a distinctive feeling looking around this area that someone fell on hard times and slept rough, taking shelter where possible. How far I will go up here, I don't know. I I certainly won't hurt myself for a video, that's for sure. That's about as far as we're going in this direction. That looks a bit sort of rip yourself to pieces, and I have noticed razor wire, don't know if you see while I was inside, around some of the window frames, so that would cut you to pieces if you didn't know it was there. Okay, this would have been a canopy. What for, I do not know. We're just going to go around and show the front before we're out of here. We have had a successful explore, doesn't matter anymore. Let's show you guys what the front of the place looks like. It's all sealed off now. Aha, I believe, seen in other videos that are about, that is an old boiler room. It's probably sealed off, but we're going to go and have a look anyway. Okay, let's watch ourselves on these steps. Right, found a boiler room. Let's have a look, condition wise, see what's in here. Not many people come down to this bit. It's got the old Freddy Krueger vibes again. Looks as if it's flooded out at some point. Not much to it, to be honest with you, but if you've never seen it or never been down here, just about to have a check, see if there's actual power. This would have been in your boiler facility. Dials, etc. I'm no plumber or electrician, so I couldn't exactly tell you what's going on there now. Is there any power? No power. No, nothing at all. As you'd expect. Danfoss candy, I remember them from the past. And obviously pressure. Turns around and says there is none here. Oh, someone's played football. And that was our way in. Pretty steep step, guys. You can do it, it's not too slippery. I'm going to make my way out and let Paul make my way out now. Steps are a bit steep, bud. But Paul can come down here and show you what he thinks. It's okay. It's pretty good there. Stupidly enough, your other entrance way, should you really want to come in here, is straight through here. The gate is open. You come through this way and the road to the houses is right there. So happy days all you explorers out there. That would have been some ornate garden work. Still haven't seen, it's obviously not above that. Looking to see where it turned around and said Express Bootworks. Maybe it's across here. Oh, there you go. Right up the top there. How about that? Express Hall, the social club of the Express Bootworks. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for yet another vlog. We've done 2 vlogs today. Don't know if you see here, you just about got the natural light coming through. Myself and Adventures of Paul here behind. Check out his channel. We've had a great day. We've done 2 explores. This place, not as good as the last place in my own view, although I do love the staircase at the front and obviously the creepers and everything else. It's sad that anything like this falls on hard times. It's just the nature of what it is. How long it's going to be left? We're probably the first vloggers to come around and do an urbex around this area for maybe possibly 2 years. Might have been other people that have come in and taken photographs, but I don't think a true vlog. And it's just getting into more and more disrepair, and obviously there's been fires set. So with that guys, we'll see you in the movies. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.